Hey everyone, how's it going today? Coach Alvarez here, back at you with another episode of Coffee with Coach. Hope you're up doing well. Got the mind in the right place. If not, as always, let's put it in the right place. So, I wanted to share with you guys just a quote that I see all the time, and it just kind of fits to a conversation I was having with some students the last couple of days in a couple different areas: competition, training, life. It's pick something and it just fits, right? And the quote is, it doesn't get any easier, you just get better. All right, it doesn't get any easier, you just get better. So what do I mean by that? Let's just start off with like I said, jujitsu, right? So I've had some students, quite a few students, a lot actually just start, recently just joined, and even some that have been there for a little while, and having some conversations recently just with, like, man, coach, like how do I get better? Like, how do I, like, when does it get easier? And the response is always going to be the same. Like, it doesn't really get any easier. Like, it doesn't matter how long you're training. Jiu-jitsu is always going to be tough. Like, I've been training 25 years, like since the mid 90s or something like that. And, it's still the same. It's still tough. I have very tough students, training partners, that I work with on a daily basis, and I'm always in bad positions, just like everyone else. But I just know how to handle them better. The way I deal with them is better. It's not any easier because it's still tough, but it's because I've been put in these situations for so many years that I understand the situations that I'm in, and I know how to work my way out of them. And so I've gotten better at handling the mindset of like, okay, yeah, this sucks. This isn't where I really want to be right now, but this is the position that I'm in, and I need to figure out, work my way out of this position. Where in the beginning, it sucks all the way around, right? Like, you just start jiu-jitsu, you're in bad positions, you don't know what to do. You're just learning, and things aren't, your timing's off, and everything that you're doing is at the wrong moment, and you're just always kind of just getting smashed in jiu-jitsu, getting tapped, getting dominated, getting someone else's will imposed on you and stuff like that. It's very, very frustrating. It's a lot of fun. It's a great challenge, but at the same time, it's hard. It's very tough. And so lately, I've been getting some questions of like, hey coach, when does this get better? When does this get easier? And the answer is the same. It's not going to get any easier from white to black belt, even after black belt. I've been a black belt 15 years, and it's not any easier. It's just I'm better at jiu-jitsu, and so I can handle the situations better, right? We had the Dallas Open this past weekend, and we had some really good wins, right? We had some very tough losses, just like any other competition. And some of the ones that lost was kind of like the same thing. Like, it sparked a new flame inside of them. Like, oh, I need to train harder. I need to study more. I need to come to class more. That kind of thing. But it's also like how can I, when does it get easier? When does this kind of competition thing get easier? And the comment back to them is always the same. Well, you need to do it more. Like, the more you compete, the more you'll get comfortable with it. The more you'll understand the square that you're in, the ring that you're in, the rule set, the lights, the people watching, the cameras, everything. Because that was one of the comments that was given to me just the other day was, well, I was fine until I saw my friends walk in. I was fine until I saw all my teammates like come up to the barricade and like get ready to like cheer me on. It messed with him mentally, and he lost his focus. Okay, so someone like me that's been competing since 2002, all right, consistently since 2002. It doesn't really get easier as far as like, you still get the nerves and the thoughts like, did I train hard enough? Did I do this, that, whatever? Like there's always room like to do more and to do better. But I've been doing it for so many years. I've been competing for 20 years that I know what I'm walking into. I know the situation that I'm getting ready to go into. I'm very familiar with, we were talking about going into enemy territory, meaning like the student that I was talking to, we were home this weekend. We were 25 minutes away from our academy. So we were home. So like we had all our team there. It was great. It was a great atmosphere. Everyone was cheering each other on. So you have like home field advantage basically. But like for me, I like to compete away, just get away from everything, the school, being here at home and just life situations. And I can just fly and go to a hotel room and just focus on the job at hand, the tournament at hand, the task at hand. And walking into an arena where like the guys that you're competing against, that's where they're from. And now they got 10, 15, 20, teammates plus coaches cheering them on. And it's just that was hard to deal with in the beginning, but I'm used to that now. I'm used to that because why? I do it a lot. I'm used to a lot of different situations because I've done it so much. I've gotten better at handling the situation. It's not any easier. It's still tough to fly in somewhere and then go to another city where somebody else is from, knowing that they're going to have a bunch of help and support there and you're by yourself. It's hard to go and compete without a coach, without someone giving you the time, the score, kind of just giving you, a sense of where you're at from the outside looking in. That was hard to do in the beginning. It's very intimidating to look over at the other side and you see so many people cheering against you, okay, or hearing them cheer against you in the middle of the match, So that doesn't get any easier. You just get better at handling it because if you do it more, just like anything else, you get better at it, right? And so that was my response back to my student. Like, you just need to compete more. You need to get out there more, and you'll get more familiar with your friends and your family and your teammates showing up. And then you'll use their energy to help you go out and win versus the other thing, like it freaks you out and then you lost focus and then you lost, okay? So there's that. Jiu-jitsu training, jiu-jitsu competition, life. I was talking to a couple of my students the other day, and it's early 20s, okay? And I can speak on this stuff because I'll be 48 on Saturday, okay? Saturday is my birthday. I'm gonna be 48, so I've lived a pretty decent long time, you know what I'm saying? I'm close to 50 years on being on this earth, so I've been through a lot of situations and been through a lot of things in life. And so talking to someone that's in their early 20s, they've been dealing with a lot too. They've been going through a lot of stuff, with family and things outside of the academy that kind of pulls the distraction, the focus away from training, right? And they were talking about how this jiu-jitsu thing, jiu-jitsu helps with that. And I said, it absolutely does. And I said, one of the things that I told one of my students that's in his early 20s was like, get used to it. Because I was telling him all the things that I'm going through off the mat right now. The things that I'm dealing with, it's got a lot of stuff going on. And it's hard to deal with that, like separate what's going on in life and then go into the school and teach good classes and, train and get your students ready for competition and, focus on the business and all this other stuff. I just don't get used to it. Like, get used to it. Like, never like think that it's going to get any easier. Okay. You just going to get better at handling what life throws your way. The things that life just these out of nowhere just drops on you, just curveballs, just, you just totally unexpected things that you just weren't ready for, or like at the wrong moment, the wrong timing. Like, you just like, you hear it all the time, like, man, like I was saving money, had some money built up, and then like a car breaks down or this breaks in the house or, whatever breaks. And now you got to, everything you just saved, you got to go and spend it now to go and get the things fixed that you need to get fixed. get used to that. You just get a better understanding of how life works. And so it doesn't get easier. You just handle it better. You understand it better. You can get through it better because you've been through so many crappy situations that it's been there, done that, like, yeah, it's not cool. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to have to, go through this right now, but I don't have a choice. It is what it is. It's a situation that I'm in, and I'll figure it out. I'll get through it. Where before, like for me when I was younger, yeah, you stress out, panic, freak out, don't know what to do, maybe make some more wrong decisions or whatever, because you just didn't think through things, didn't think things through like you're supposed to, whatever. But now, as you get older, you realize, like, man, it just doesn't get any easier, man. You just get better at handling what life throws your way. Friends, students, people that backstab you, you name it, like pick something, right? That's you really help someone get up on their feet and get them to a certain position in their life where they're doing really good. And then now either they try to take things from you, or they just do you foul for whatever reason. People need you for as long as they need you, okay, until they no longer need you. Like when they need you up until a certain point, and then after that, you've helped them get to the thing that they needed to get to, and then they cut you off, right? It was very hard to deal with in the beginning because you never dealt with that before. But in my situation, I've had that happen quite a bit throughout 48 years of life. 47, I'm not 48 yet, but I will be. That it doesn't get any easier dealing with those situations. You're just better at dealing with them, right? Like, it's still tough. It's still going to be tough to give a family member or someone who you thought were your friends everything inside of you. Like you try to pour as much as you can into them to help them, because you can see that they need the help. And then when they get to a better place, they just do you dirty. The mindset just changes. Okay. It's always going to be tough to deal with, but you're just better at dealing with it. Like, it's like, okay, I've been down this path before, man. Like, all right, I know what that feeling's like. I know, how I'm going to react to it, what I'm going to do, and life's going to keep on moving, and I'm going to keep on moving with it, and so be it, and let the cards, play out how they may, and it's all good. And we're just going to keep on fighting and keep moving forward. I'm going to keep showing people that I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be the last man standing. I'm going to be one of the top guys in this area for as long as I'm alive, period. Alvarez Jiu-Jitsu will be one of the top schools in this area, period. That's the mindset. Like, it doesn't matter, because it's funny, because when people leave for whatever reason, they think that your school is no longer going to exist or something, like you're going to go out of business, or you're going to, I don't know what they think, but all it does is just propel me to, like, just do better. Like, it pushes me to do better, in which it does. So, like, I'll just leave that part alone, because then I'll go off into another thing. But anyways, it doesn't get any easier. You just get better at handling that, right? So when someone does you a certain way, and in a way you didn't expect, and you just kind of hurts, try your best to handle that situation like a champ, like a professional, and keep it moving. And because it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again, no matter what. It's going to happen again at some point. No matter how good you try to treat people, it's going to happen again. And so just learn how to deal with it in the best way possible, and just keep fighting and keep showing people, like, hey, you thought this was going to be the end of me, but all it did was just make me better, right? I'll give you another great example of this quote. Losing friends, and or pets. I'm a big animal person, okay? I've lost a lot of friends over the years, lost a lot of family members over the years. That does not get any easier. but you learn how to handle it better because you've lost so many people before. At least, when you come to my age, it seems like more and more people go a lot more frequently, and a lot of that to me, I won't go off in that much of a tangent, but it's just people don't take care of their health. It's just what it is. Like, people just don't take care of themselves. And at 47 going on 48, you start to see people leaving this earth, pretty frequently. Like, when you're 20s, it's not really that frequent, right? Like, all your friends are in their 20s. People got, a good another 20, 30 years maybe to live, maybe longer, depending on how they take care of themselves. But when you get to the 47, 48, close to 50 range, you start to see people leave. And, that's always tough to deal with. It's not easy, but you handle it better mentally, right? I've lost 5 boxers so far, dogs. First one was a killer, absolute killer, like just devastating. Then the second one, then the third one. And the third one was hard, like to go and take your dog and have to like actually put them to sleep, where the vet, like, you got to like be there with your dog, like, and watch your dog like get injected with this stuff that's going to kill them, to obviously help them, just get rid of the pain that they're in. But the other side to you is like, you don't want to see them go. That does not get any easier. That is hard. But I've learned how to, after doing that with 5 dogs, 5, dog, I got 2 left. That's you handle it better. You handle it in a better situation. So, more of the story is yeah, life is, and things, people, gonna happen. Doesn't get any easier. Jiu-jitsu does not get any easier. Competition, losing doesn't get any easier. You just get better at handling it. So take it from someone. Again, I'm not 80, 90 years old, but I am older, and I have gone through a lot and been through a lot with people. I deal with a lot of people. I've watched a lot of people hurt. I've watched a lot of people in pain, because they tell me their stories and what they're going through. I carry a lot of that home with me at the end of the night. When students aren't doing good and they have a lost loved one or a loss of anything, and they're dealing with some tough times, and they share those stories with me. It doesn't just stay at the school. It travels with me wherever I go. So not only do I deal with my own things that I'm going through, but all the students that are going through stuff at the academy. And that's what jiu-jitsu is for, right? Like, it's supposed to help with life, with those things. Now, there's a lot of people in my school that are doing really good for themselves. But there's a lot of people that aren't, and that's what jiu-jitsu is there for those people that are doing good, to keep them doing good. And then for the ones that aren't doing good, give them that new outlet, that new place, that new atmosphere, that new team, that new social networking thing, to give them a place to find some happiness, some peace, rebuild, rejuvenate, or whatever word you want to use, to just come up out of the ashes and win again. I'm always telling my students, like, to get in the win column. It's very important that every day we get up and we're trying to win each day. And so, because you don't know when your day is going to be the last one. So you can't take days for granted. So it doesn't get easier, guys, but you do get better through the experiences that you go through. Okay. So all my jiu-jitsu practitioners out there, all my people that are dealing with things in life, whatever you're going through, you'll work through it. But you gotta have a positive mind. You're not going to get anywhere just, prayers are good, and wishful thinking is good, hope is good. Like, you need all those things, but what you need to do is action, meaning take care of yourself, treat your body right, eat good foods, exercise, work out, listen to positive things, do good to other people, help other people out, and things will all work themselves out. But, when you're shady and you're not taking care of yourself and your health is poor, you're not working out, you're not active, you're not mobile, you're just kind of in the dark, and you're not doing productive things, not listening to productive things, it won't get better. It won't get better. It will continue to suck. Whatever situation you're in will just continue to stay that way until you just work on yourself and get better. So anyways, time for me to get up to the academy and get some training in. You guys have a great rest of the day. Catch you on the next one. We'll see you.